Is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the All Pro Joppos episode 21. We are live right now on YouTube for the first time in a long time. Joining me today is the beast from the southeast, the 6'10" monster, Country Kate. that is that like a sedan you're in?
Uh, I guess it's technically a sedan, yeah.
It's a
Under a
big
coat.
interior then, unless your seat's like sunk all the way down.
I mean, there's definitely adjusting back due to my height, but I mean, it's a nice size in here, you know.
As long as it could fit you, I bet you people see you in there, and then when you hop out, they go, "Oh hell no!" like
Every
how's you fit in there?
every single car. Like when I first moved to California and I was up north, one of the guys he had a Jetta. He wasn't on the team. He was just like a friend of the players,
Mm.
of a few players. He had a Jetta, so he let me drive it one time, and I got that same reaction. They were like, "He looks big, but you know what I mean?" They're thinking like I'm just like wide. And then when I got out, it was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm JP. Brother EA, and Matchsticks will not be joining us today. Matchsticks is out there protesting once again on the front lines. This time going to Newsom's house, which can't wait to hear the feedback from that. Also shot a music video, was it a couple weeks ago, that he's getting ready to get done. So once that's done and over with, we will have that on the show. Uh, Good things, I guess, coming up for the show. At least fingers crossed right now. Uh, Next show, most likely, we will have a special guest. I'm not going to reveal the name of that guest just yet. Up until that show, because again, it's basically all on their time right now. So whenever they get back or do whatever it is they need to do, they're going to talk to us and we're going to figure everything out. So we'll see how that goes. But since then, when we thought the AFC East would finally possibly have another divisional champion, the New England Patriots go and sign Cam Newton. um, did you see the whole thing? So after they signed Cam Newton, the sanctions that came down on them
Yeah,
for spying on the Bengals, which let's be real, they didn't need to spy on the Bengals. There was no
yeah,
reason why they needed to spy on the Bengals. So they basically got fined $1.1 million and a third round draft pick. So now, with Newton only signing for basically the same thing at, I think it was like $1.4 million, if that he got paid.
mhm,
There was a scenario that got popped out that said if the Patriots, end up not holding on to Cam after this season, they get a 2021 third round draft pick back.
yeah.
So it's basically like sanctions did. What's $1.1 million to a team as a fine? Like, really, that was kind of one of those slap on the wrist fines. Yeah, we know it's the Bengals, but we got to do something. So, but with Cam going to the Patriots, that opens up a whole new thing of possibilities for Belichick to now do, because now he has a quarterback that can run. So I don't know, man. What are you thinking? What are your predictions with Cam and the Patriots? They going to go another division title this year with them?
So, firstly, I believe they were going to get it with Stead anyway. They were going to win the division with Stead. Yeah.
Really?
You got to remember. Yeah, because think about, oh shit, I think I had cheese in my beer. Anyway, just think about, yeah, I had cheeseburger before this. Think about the division. Jets, as Miami, not together yet. They need another year because Tua is not fully yet. And was
Bills.
Bills, yeah. So I feel like the Bills. I agree with almost every um, sports analyst I've seen. I don't believe in Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah, like
He didn't
Josh
have a
Allen.
bad season last season.
That's not what I'm saying that
He did
for. The
fairly
only
well.
reason that I'm saying I don't believe in him just simply because he's more like he's a young man Fitzpatrick. To where when you put expectations on him, shit's the bed.
Mm.
I haven't heard anybody say this about him, so I feel like I'm probably the first person making this comparison.
Hmm.
But I feel like he's a young man's Fitzpatrick. You know what I mean? He makes great plays. He does things like where he jumps over players and shit like that. But in those games where, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, they did all right in the playoffs and they lost in, what was the first round or whatever.
Yeah, first round.
Yeah, he did all right. But, I mean,
They didn't have a bad record, what were they? 11-4, 11-5.
yeah, but I feel like that defense did all that. You know what I mean? It's
Defense
like
was pretty good.
they're getting guaranteed wins against Miami and the Jets. Sam Darnold, one, don't have help, and two, I mean, again, I'm back to Jamal Adams don't lead anything. Like he's not a leader for that defense. You get what I'm saying? So
That's
again, if
interesting.
you're gonna say and say, I am a leader, I am a leader. All right, cool. Y'all just went fucking 3-13 again.
I mean, I would say head coaching wise, didn't really help. Darnold was out for what, 3 or 4 weeks when he had a pretty decent start. Then he got mono. So then, he was out of it for a while after that. And it just, right now with the Jets, they're missing a couple of key pieces on offense. They definitely need a better offensive line. That's for sure. Running game could probably use a little bit of work too. But receiver wise, they might need a few weapons. They need a good tight end. Everywhere on offense, they seem to have at least one hole that if they had, I mean, they had Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder, and they still have Crowder um, this coming year, but they need another guy or another tight end to kind of complement that, and that's what they don't have just yet. So I think the Jets, if they can figure it out, they have the potential to be a good team. I think the Bills with Brady leaving had the best chance out of the other two teams in the division to finally get the division crown with Brady gone. But now that Cam Newton's there, it's just kind of, it's like, well, now you have Cam Newton, a guy who has a great arm. He can throw the ball short route, medium, you know, throw the long ball, but he's a big body. He's hard to take down, and he can run. That just opens up a whole nother, you know, offensive style that you can work with. So Josh McDaniels having this guy now, he's like, all right, well, I had Tom Brady before who can just sling the rock, couldn't really run. Now I can add, not just what we've been doing in the past, but I can add all the, QB runs, read options, more RPO stuff, to be able to use Cam in those situations. So I think the Patriots just got better. Now it's just a matter of they have what? They have Julian Edelman and
N'Keal Harry.
Harry didn't really have that great of a season last year. He was hurt most of the year.
When he came back, he started doing well. He got a 100-yard game, and I think he played like 5.
So if he can stay
So
healthy, he could
I
probably.
think that injury and all that was like, was it OTAs or like when he was in college? It was like something like that. It had nothing to do about the NFL season. He didn't get hurt in the game, I don't believe. But again, not my team, so the memory is not completely vivid. But to be honest with you, I predicted this almost. I didn't predict Cam Newton going there, but I predicted that they would get that style of quarterback because you remember I said that Jalen Hurts was going to go there. I kept saying that. I'm like, they're going to pick up Jalen Hurts. It's almost that's like baby Cam Newton. The only thing that Jalen Hurts doesn't have is Cam Newton ability to absorb hits as
He
much as
didn't have his size.
yeah.
He didn't have that 6 foot, you know, 6 frame, 250, 260. He doesn't have that frame.
So, but again, same type of runner. They'll run, they'll throw the ball, good arm. I'm telling you, I predicted that. I feel like the Patriots was going to go in that direction to spite Brady because you had a pure pocket passer. I knew they was going to get a hybrid. I knew it. I'm
You
like,
think,
you're going to get a hybrid.
speaking of Jalen Hurts, you think Carson Wentz is out after this year?
Yeah, a good
If he gets
chance.
hurt, I think he does. If he gets hurt again, I think he does leave because it's just, what was that, 3, 4 years in a row now?
Literally the entire time he's been in the NFL.
Exactly. He's had some sort of injury. Obviously it opened up a window for Nick Foles to etch himself in history, but it just with Wentz, is he a good quarterback? Yeah, he can be. He had an MVP caliber season before he got hurt. That last, or was it 2 years ago? That Super Bowl season? Before he got hurt there, he was having an MVP caliber season. And now if he can finish the whole season and perform well, then I think, they'll use Jalen Hurts kind of how the Saints use Hill.
Oh, Hill, Taysom Hill. Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was thought you meant Teddy Bridgewater. But honestly, I think the Philly fans are split. Philly and split too close together, tongue tied. Anyway, I feel like they're split. I still feel like, they just won the bowl not too long ago. So I feel like their fans were like, yeah, let's do Nick Foles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're still on that. Like, regardless that most of the team is like pretty much gone aside from the O-line and like, the head quarterback and Dougie P.
Well, Philly fans are very "what have you done for me lately" type of fans.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, with Wentz getting hurt basically the whole time, fans look at that going, "Well, here's what you've done for me lately. You've shown me glimpses of hope, glimpses of joy, and then afterwards you get hurt and you're nowhere to be found again." So I think it was actually a smart idea for the Eagles to pick up Hurts because, like I said, with Wentz in, you could use Jalen Hurts in that Taysom Hill style of offense or whatever. Even with those packages, yeah, I get it. I get it on there too. But like you can take Wentz out, so he can take less damage, basically. Different packages and stuff like that you can use Jalen Hurts in. It could open things up for him, and they just picked up two very, very fast wide receivers with Goodwin and that TCU receiver that they picked up. And they got
Yeah.
Zach Ertz. They still have
Darren Sproles still?
Huh?
Darren Sproles, is he still there? Or did he retire?
I think he retired.
Man, I'm not
I
entirely
might be
sure
wrong
anymore.
on that.
He has a Brett Favre career, I promise you.
Retiring and then coming back.
Yeah, like he gets hurt, it's like, oh, he's gonna retire, and then he just next thing you know, he's like returning the kick. But like what? Like, are you leaving or not? But yeah, no, I agree. I agree. With the receivers, I just hope those receivers are not like Oakland Raider players, where they're super fast, but their hands of stone. Can
Goodwin was good. The only thing that kind of kept him out with the Niners, like he performed well with the Niners. It was just he had injury problems and stuff like that too. And with Deebo Samuel coming up and becoming a monster, and then they traded for Emmanuel Sanders, and then Kittle is obviously doing that. They could afford to let go Goodwin and then go pick up Ayuk, who's a pretty damn good wide receiver. He just did the only thing that kind of differentiates him from the other top three receivers was the fact that he went to a Pac-12 school. That's a small. He doesn't get anywhere near as much attention as a guy from Alabama would, like Ruggs and Judy, or even was CeeDee Lamb in the Big 12. Big 12 gets all the attention and stuff like that, and the two air it out style offenses. So when you look at Ayuk's film, that dude's no joke. He's got good frame. He's got great hands. Can go up and get it. He's pretty fast. He's not going to wow you with like 4.2, 4.3 speed, but he's fast enough to be able to break away. He's got decent size. I think Deebo Samuel and George Kittle is going to be just an absolute dream scenario for Jimmy Garoppolo. And you have two running backs in Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman who can run the rock. You got an offensive line who loves running the football.
One problem though, before you continue, because you just mentioned the running backs.
Right.
You remember Coleman was on the Falcons.
Right.
I saw him twice a year. He is not a threat.
Who? Coleman?
Not a threat. He was only a threat when y'all had the triple set because you were able to rotate him out. Oh, he was. Hold on. Was he a part of the three?
Yeah, it was Tevin Coleman, it was Raheem Mostert, and it was Breida.
Breida, yes.
Who
Breida.
just went to Miami. But look at it this way. It's Tevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert, but we still have Jerick McKinnon coming back too.
Not a threat. Since he's been in the league, not a threat. His intangibles are amazing. Look, players on your team's intangibles are amazing, but right now you only have maybe a handful of guarantees. You get what I mean? Guaranteed that Kittle's going to produce. I would like to debate best tight end in the league because I believe you're going to go with Kittle, and I think it's still my man in Kansas City. I promise you.
He doesn't run block nearly as well as Kittle does.
I agree. That would be the plus I give you, but outside of that, like you know what I'm saying, like it would be a road debate. But anyway, I feel like he's a guarantee. Garoppolo's not a guarantee. You know what I mean? You can give Monster because he did that Packers game and he played very well in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't say he's a guarantee though, just based on how his career has been.
He did an amazing job in the back half of the season because I don't think anybody was prepared for him. And in Kyle Shanahan's offense, it opened shit up for running backs like him to be able to use his speed and stuff like that to be able – that dude glides when he runs too. He makes it look so effortless. Like, he's kind of like – he's not as good, but the way he moves and how fluid – it's kind of like an Alvin Kamara that he just doesn't look like he's running very fast, but he's breaking away from everyone. Like
Yeah.
he looks like he's gliding. That's Raheem Mostert, basically. So I don't think anybody was ready for him. So that back half of the season, so will be very, very interesting to see. Especially from here on out, how
Yeah.
much bigger of a role they're going to give him going into this next season, and you know, are they going to start using him on the outside when it comes to like swing routes and stuff like that? You can use him in the, but like I said, we still have a threesome of running backs. It's just one of them is a veteran. We would say he's been in the league, decent amount of years. We're probably looking at Tevin Coleman, maybe 3 more years into the league, 3, 4 more years solid in the league, barring he doesn't get injured and stuff like that. Because let's be running backs take a beating. That's just what it
Yeah.
is. That's
Yeah.
the nature of the beast when it comes to the league. So he's got, maybe about 3 years left in him. Mostert has been in the league for about 3, 4 years, but it wasn't until the last season where he really got his break. And then you have Jerick McKinnon, who the last time he played had a pretty damn good season in Minnesota before he came to the Niners, before he ended up, tearing his ACL and being out for 2 years, basically. So we're still yet to see how. I'm just saying with these three running backs, and plus what that veteran and Tevin Coleman has been with Kyle Shanahan before, knows the offense and everything like that. So he's been in the offense, he knows it. I'm just saying the knowledge of the offense is there to be able to help out with the other guys.
Let me ask you this.
Go
Let me
ahead.
ask you. All right, hold on. Before I ask you this question, my one point I was gonna say is the reason why I don't feel like Monster's a guarantee or your running backs aren't a guarantee is
Mhm.
because you just gave a scratch that. The reason why I mentioned those last two games, NFC Championship and the Bowl, is simply because these are clutch moments. And their clutch factor is gonna play most of a part because y'all gonna have a big ass fucking target on your back. You get what I mean? Any team that made the Super Bowl, they got a big target. Kansas City has the biggest target, literally. The Ravens might be 1A, I mean 1B. You know what I mean? And then y'all. All three of y'all have probably some of the biggest targets on your back just simply because people know that you guys are a good team. Like, I'm not gonna deny it. I'll still think what I think about your team, even though most of it's just shit talking. But I recognize that you guys are a good team. Like, I'm just being straightforward. Y'all guys are a good team. I won't give you y'all genuine credit just simply because you have too many loose ends. You have too many loose ends. Like, cause you have some games where Jimmy looks like fucking 2002 Brady, and then some games he looks like fucking Mark Sanchez. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, where did you go? Like, why are you so inconsistent? And
So
it's the same coach.
right, it has the same code, but I'm looking at it this way because I honestly think Jimmy's going to be better this year than he was last year, and I say this because of this. Last season, he, during the off season and everything like that, he had to worry about rehabbing the knee. Worrying about rehab and then having to get, back into everything else like that. He had all that stuff to worry about in the off season and all that stuff Now he doesn't have to worry about the rehab anymore. Now he can stay more into the books. Now he can even, study film a whole lot more, be able to progress, basically. So, and this is coming from Kyle Shanahan going, he's be on the lookout for Jimmy Garoppolo this season. This is the year that I think he proves it. Like everyone still has their questions about Jimmy G, but I think this is the year that he proves that he's what he's the future. He's the next possible Joe Montana, Steve Young, winning Super Bowls type shit. For the 49ers. He has all the potential in the world to be a great. It's just now he has a coach that can help him get there. It's just on the off season and everything else like that. What are you going to do, and how are you going to perform? And I think this is going to be that year. He's going to throw for over 4,000 yards. I think even 35 plus touchdowns. He'll throw less picks than he threw last year because he's going to be a little bit more careful with the ball than he was. I'm telling you, he's going to have an upgrade on all of his stats this next year. This is that prove it. You know what? You guys still don't think that I'm going to be the guy. This whole offseason while Brady was trying to figure out where to go, everyone was talking about him going to the Niners because nobody believes in Jimmy. Now that that's not an option, people are talking about, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers is going to want out soon. Is he going to go to the Niners now? People don't believe in Jimmy. So even Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch believe in Jimmy. They have come off and said that time and time and time again, but nobody else does. Nobody else outside of that circle does. So I think this year is, I've said it plenty of times before, revenge tour 2020. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be even better. Kittle is going to be even better. Kittle might even break his own record, his own single season record that he had 2 seasons ago. Ayuk, Debo, the offensive line, got a bump and everything in it too. We're not looking bad. Our defensive line is still monstrous. Yeah, we lost Buckner, but we gained Kinlaw for 4 more years and cheaper. And even then, we still have 3 guys on that defensive line who were monsters last year with Bosa and Armstead. Out of all 4 of them, Armstead led the team in sacks. People forget that. So to get him, and then D Ford, he was injured a good amount of last season, but when he was in, he was just disruptor. He wasn't getting all the sacks in the world, but he was getting a shit ton of hurries. He was getting there to the quarterback. He was giving them problems. So that front 4 is still, basically, the best the front 4 defensive linemen in, at minimal, the NFC. I think at minimal, if not the entire NFL.
All right, I'm ready.
Those 4 defensive linemen are the best front 4 defensive linemen in minimal the entire NFC.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got that one. I would like to talk about the interior 7, though. I would switch that up, and you guys won't bleed anymore. Your front 4, yes. Your interior 7, no. Your
So
interior
what?
linebackers bring you guys down.
Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. Those aren't 3 guys that'll.
Bro, I'm being biased, but you really have to understand. Levante David, Devin White, and Shaquille Barrett. Bro, those 3 guys are definitely better than your 3 guys. I love Quan to death. I literally told you, like I cried a little when we lost Quan to y'all. Because all of my friends that are Niner fans are gonna talk shit. Like I'm the only Buck fan probably you guys know. So that's why I was saying it's like I love Quan. I'm telling you, the one game that made me fall in love with Quan is he played after his brother died and he went fucking crazy on the Saints. He went crazy. And that shit, when he was crying, I was like, I got goosebumps. Like, bro, and he was in the locker room talking after the game.
I would
I
agree.
love Quan.
I would agree statistically that your linebackers, are better, than ours for right now. But our linebacking core minus Quan Alexander is still very young, and they're already still very good. Fred Warner, this was his 2nd year in the league, performing beyond his expectations. Dre Greenlaw, rookie, performed beyond expectations. Goal line tackle to save the number 1 seed. Yeah. that guy. Be way beyond expectations. Right now, the main focus, I think, on the 49er defense, and even though Pro Football Focus even put K'Wan Williams and Richard Sherman as the two the DB duo in the entire NFL. This is Pro Football Focus saying this. You know, that's the top duo DBs in the NFL. Safeties wise and nickel wise, we still had a little bit of a problem. Emmanuel Mosley, I think, is the answer, is that third DB, that is going to basically help shut it down. I don't have a lot of faith in Witherspoon. I don't. Just going that back half of the season, every time he was in, he was a fucking liability. He was like Ryan Gosling's fucking character in Remember the Titans. Just complete liability on the field. Anytime that he was in, he was getting burnt. Just route run. He wasn't the guy. But then you put in Emmanuel Mosley, who's a more physical style DB. He's not as big as Witherspoon, but he's more physical, getting in there to disrupt receivers. He did a hell of a job. Safety wise, I think Jaquiski Tart is going to be a top safety. I still think trading him for Jamal Adams and then, Pettis and a second rounder, those guys to the Jets for Jamal Adams would be a godsend for the 49ers, because then during the offseason, during the draft next year, your top round or your first round pick is more than likely at that point going to be a free safety. Because even if you have Tart at strong safety or Jamal Adams, either one of those guys is a good option, to have at strong safety. Being able to defend the run, they're pretty decent out in the passing game. They're great in open field tackling. Free safety position was one of those. Yeah, we had Jimmy Ward, but I still don't have, the complete faith that Jimmy Ward is the answer there at free safety. I think Caden Stearns, coming from Texas, is the answer to free safety, for the 49ers. That's who I think. He's like an Earl Thomas type of dude. Just center field, sideline to sideline, and a thumper as well.
How long do you think? Well, firstly, I'll say this: do you think he's going to get reps, like a good amount of reps?
Who? Stearns?
Yeah.
If the 49ers draft Stearns, he will be a day one starter.
Okay.
I guarantee it. That dude has
Okay.
just so much fucking talent, dude. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm not even putting, Longhorn bias or anything in there. He's the best free fucking safety that's going to be coming into this draft. He's the best free safety that's going to be in there.
Okay.
So I think if the 49ers can somehow get their hands on him, that defense, at least minimal for the next 4 or 5 years, is going to be just as scary as the 2000 Ravens were. I'm telling you, dude, they're going to be one of the scariest defenses that have ever hit the field. Because I'm telling you right now, because this defense right now, a top 10 defense, as young as they are, with more experience in the playoffs and championship situations and stuff like that, they're just going to get better. And it's just the veteran, leadership that all these guys are going to have after that point. I'm telling you, they're already giving people nightmares. Just imagine how much worse it's going to be if they get that one or even two pieces on defense that just completes everything.
Do you remember week 1 when you guys played us this past season?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I feel like your defense beat us, but the fact is your defense really didn't beat us. Our quarterbacks was just terrible. You get what I'm saying? The very first play of the game, just
Potatoes,
throws a pick to Richard Sherman to go to the house. No, no, no. So here's my point. Here's my point. We have um, my point is we have more weapons now
on
compared to
offense,
last year.
on offense, yes, for sure. No,
I
I
mean,
I
defensive.
I completely agree with that. Last year, the weapons that you guys had, you just didn't have a quarterback that could get them the ball. That's all it
So
was.
here's
But
my here's my point. That game's gonna come to a defensive battle, and Jimmy G is not gonna be the one that's gonna win the game for y'all. Just because our pass rush is crazy. Like people, granted, everybody lost love for him because of that shit he did in Green Bay and the rest of that year. But we got Ndamukong Suh still, and he actually was very good this past season. I did not want him to keep him because I wanted Kinlaw for real when I saw the first projections. But again, I'm happy with fucking Hurst. I don't know how to say his name, Tristan,
hmm
Riss,
no, you
whatever.
needed an offensive lineman. You needed at least one offensive line.
The Brady pickup.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm gonna just tell you, just say it like this: Brady stays in New England, Cam comes to us, right? If that happened, the switch, they would not draft Tristan Wirfs or whatever, however you say his name. They wouldn't draft him. We wouldn't have got the old lineman from Indiana. We wouldn't have got any of those all season pickups at O line. We wouldn't have did all that shit. It would have been a different dynamic and it would have been a different team.
That's interesting though on why. I get it's Tom Brady. You need to protect Tom Brady, but you need to protect your quarterback no matter who it is.
I got that, but people
So
want to play with Brady. Like people in that realm, like receivers and old linemen want to play with Brady. Like that's more of the thing. Because when you look at it from that standpoint, like the game field, just watching that part of the game instead of like, the whole package is like, all right, cool, cool, cool. You know what I mean? Just only look at like the O line and the dynamic between Brady and the O line. It's like, bro, that shit is fucking beautiful. Because I feel like he get them better even when he had the 1 year, well, a couple years when they had a very shitty O line in New England. They
yeah,
still actually perform. You get what I'm saying? Like as a team, not the O linemen because they were fucking terrible. But I feel like Brady people just want to play with Brady. Like O linemen and receivers just want to play with him. For Gronk to do what he did, like Gronk was beat the fuck up. He had so many surgeries in a matter of 4 years. Like he was beat to shit, bro. Like he was beat to shit, dog. And for him to fucking take a year off, party, he ain't stopped partying. Took a year off, come back. When he see Tom goes to another team, I feel like he just wanted to get out of New England. Like he was gonna come back no matter what team Brady went to. You get what I'm saying?
and
Just based off of
for
Gronk
that,
leaving, they probably had a conversation. They probably had a conversation like, look, I'm gonna play this fucking last year. Then you go get healthy. You get what I'm saying? Whatever team I go to, because Gronk he's turning 31 or just turned 31. He's not fucking burnt. You get what I'm saying? His last season was 29. He set out at 30.
yeah,
So it's not like he was fucked off. You get what I mean? So I mean, age wise, he wasn't fucked up age wise because he was already in the league. He knows how it goes.
yeah,
But I seriously feel like he just was recovering and all that shit, and this was planned by them because they're not doing shit for nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're really not doing shit for nothing. Like you can tell, like based on the shit that they do up there in New England, they just don't do shit for nothing. Like the whole Malcolm Butler, that was for nothing. I mean, it was for nothing to us, but I mean, he had a fucking reason to do that stupid ass shit. You
yeah. But it just looks like now with, especially with Tampa Bay, they that whole offense and that basically the whole team with the signing of Brady and then signing Gronk after that, it re-energized the entire, concept of what the Bucks can become. With Bruce Arians, it's all with Bruce Arians at the helm and with Tom Brady running the offense and stuff like that. With that offense, with those weapons, it's almost like all of them started drinking cans of Rays. Like that it's it almost be like everyone had a big ass case of Rays and they just passed it around to everybody and gave everybody that voodoo flavor. And they said, Tom Brady, you do that voodoo that you do so well. And you bring us a Super Bowl. Hey, that was a hell of a segue, wasn't it? It was pretty decently set up. Ladies and gentlemen, Raise Energy is what we are talking about. Those Raise Energy drinks. Take a giant leap of faith with instilling a high quality formula to bring the consumer a powerful yet sustained energetic experience to help push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, Raise has become the most popular and best rated energy drink on the market to date with a phenomenal flavor profile that puts most competitors to shame. I already said the Voodoo. They have Apollo, Galaxy Burst, Guava Mango, the Baja line. They have the new watermelon flavored one that they have. It's just ridiculously good. How see, it looks like Kay probably needs a raise right now. Wake up
Yes.
some eyes.
Totally wake up my whole everything. Like I'm tired. So I'm ready.
You, the listeners and the viewers here on YouTube, can go to repsports.com. That's REPP sports.com. And at checkout, make sure you use the promo code Alpha Raise to get 15% off your order. Yes, 15% off of your order. Become a part of the Raise Rebellion. Raise Energy, repsports.com. Promo code Alpha Raise for 15% off. Hell of a commercial right there. If I do say myself, I was working on my segues, man. I was thinking about it, going, you know what? Some of the segues that we have going into these commercials are so half-assed and sorry that it almost gets to the point where I'm afraid that we might lose the sponsorship just because the thing is so. So I'm just practicing on a little bit. So I hope that one was a little bit better. But going into the next segment or next topic of conversation, FedEx, as in FedEx Field, out there in Washington, told the Redskins they need to change their name. Otherwise, they will no longer be funded or sponsored by FedEx. And then not too long after that, Nike came and did the same thing. You type in Washington Redskins on the Nike.com website and nothing will pop up. Nothing will pop up. So now, because of that, the Washington, we don't knows, all the higher ups and stuff like that are now talking about what are they going to change the name to. I thought, this is just me, perfect opportunity to bring The Replacements to life. Washington Sentinels, bring out Keanu Reeves being the Shane Falco. Have him coming out in the Shane Falco jersey on opening night. Bro, you can't write a better script to that. You can't. I think they might need a different color scheme because it's very similar to the Patriots. But Washington Sentinels, that's my pick. Logo and everything, just different color scheme to it. Kay, what do you think the Washington Redskins should change their name to?
Not that. I'll tell you that much, sir. Not that. I do not want to see Keanu Reeves, aka dirty ass John Wick, walking out on the field, long hair, waving his fucking hand from a fictional movie when you had Orlando Jones as a cash register fucking checkout boy that couldn't catch for shit. He couldn't catch a coal in Antarctica butt ass naked.
You have
Like,
the whole
no.
cast of them.
No.
You have the kicker and
No.
everything. The whole, with the cigarette lit. You have the
I'm
whole
worried.
the sumo, all of those dudes. You have them all come out in
Leave
their
them
replacement
all.
jerseys, waving to the first ever team. Oh, that would be gold. That would be gold.
You
And
know,
that,
it'd be even.
by the way, I just want it to be known that it was said here first by me, JP. I was the one who said that this was going to happen. So if it does happen, sign me up for a marketing thing somewhere. We can get this rolling. But
Since we're making plugs, I need a fucking sponsor. Fuck. I'm sorry, I came out fucked up. I want a scouting job because I picked that New England was going to get that type of quarterback. I said Jalen Hurts, but Cam Newton is definitely an upgrade to that. But again, back to the point of the Washington. I seriously don't believe it should be that. This is not my answer, but what I was when you were just talking right now, I thought of it. What if Washington pulled some shit to when they did the same thing that the New Orleans Pelicans and the Charlotte Hornets did? Do you remember what happened with that? Because you remember that they used to be called the Bobcats when they moved to Charlotte.
right.
You know what I mean? They were in New Orleans. They were also fucking Bobcats then. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, where is it? No. When they went to Charlotte, they were
Charlotte,
called Bob.
Charlotte moved. Charlotte was the Hornets. Then they became the Bobcats. And they went back to the Hornets, moved to New Orleans, or the New Orleans Hornets, and then changed their name to the Pelicans.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So my take is that they fucking buy the name from Robert Kraft to become the Washington fucking Patriots, and then the Patriots switch their name to something else, and they move teams because they don't have fucking Brady if they don't win this year with Cam.
The Washington Patriots?
That's what I just thought about right now when you were talking. This is not my answer, but this is just some shit that just popped in my head as you were talking. Because in
I don't like
DC,
it.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But I'm saying it's very patriotic.
Yeah, so is New England calling the New England Patriots. It's the whole aspect of down there and the whole history of Boston and everything like that. That makes sense. What? There's no Patriot in Washington right now. That would be a complete contradiction.
That's what I said. That's not my answer, but that's what just popped in my head right now as you were talking.
Well, okay, so if Sentinels is not an option for you, we should. It should be like, I guess, something that has to do with DC, right? You can't say the Washington Monuments because that would be just dumb.
Dumb as shit, but I feel like it'll be referenced to, you know, White House, the government and shit like that. You can't go Eagles because they already got the Eagles in Philly. So it'll be something in reference to that. I feel like that's what it'll be.
They wouldn't go with Senators, would they?
That is a strong possibility, to be honest with you.
Washington Senators?
Or
There's already like, I think there's a baseball, like a minor league baseball team that's called the Washington Senators, if I'm not mistaken. But
but
for them, like it was said, it would either have to do something in government or something that let's see. What's Washington State bird? Washington D.C. State bird.
Say some shit like the bald eagle.
The wood thrush.
Hell no.
The Washington wood thrushes. And this is what they would look like. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's intimidating as hell. Let's do that.
God no. Those his fucking breasts look like those ugly ass army jerseys they be making college football players wear in the fucking goddamn games. And the fucking
Maybe you can get a team out of Blitz the League. Let's see.
I saw a couple because I was in a bunch of different
the Washington Red Hawks. That was out of Blitz the League. The Washington Red Hawks. Not a bad logo. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Big news. Patrick Mahomes. 12 years, because you're adding the 2 years that are still left on his contract. $503 million. This is baseball money, K. You called this.
I need a fucking contract.
You called it. So me and K were off the. So basically, this is part 2 of episode 21. If you haven't already noticed by the apparel, different time of day, obviously. Things had to happen. We had to take a break. This is part 2 of episode 21. Welcome back. But in that time, since we ended part 1 of the episode, Patrick Mahomes got paid the fuck out. No trade clause. And let me get the actual numbers here because so it's 12 years, 503 mil.
177 guaranteed.
477 in guaranteed mechanisms. It said. But if you really look at the deal, it's team friendly. The $500 million man. So it's an average annual salary of $45 million once the extension kicks in. Starting with 2022 season, no player in American team sports will make more money on an annual basis. Mahomes is only going to account for $5.347 million in the salary cap for 2020. His contract's very backloaded. So for like the next 4 or 5 years, probably, his contract is team friendly enough to where they can keep guys like Hill and Kelsey, possibly, that other receiver Hardman, re-sign the running backs, maybe, whatever it is that they end up doing. So they're going to be making run at that dynasty level pretty soon. Now, the next quarterback to make anywhere near close to that type of deal would be who? Dak? Because that's the only other type of information for QB that we've gotten. But now that you look at Mahomes' contract that he's averaging 45 mil plus, a season, Nobody's good enough to get anywhere near 45.
You forgot about one person. You forgot about one person.
Lamar?
There you go. There you go. Lamar has another year like this. Lamar got in the league, what, 2 years after Pat? So think about it.
Actually, same year.
No, they're not the same year.
I think they are. No, Deshaun Watson and Mahomes were the same year.
Yeah, no, so it might have been 1 year because he
Lamar
was
was
behind
1 year
Flacco.
after.
1 year. So think about it. Pat just restructured basically now, right? Still got 2 years. I mean, Lamar has 3. Think about it. Does good this year.
Well,
Even if they don't make the bowl, he does similar numbers than what he just did right now.
he's got 2 years left on his contract.
Pat, right?
No, Lamar, because he played like the last half of his rookie season, and then this last year where he got MVP.
Yeah, so last year he played the back half, and then he just won MVP this year. So
He's
that's
got
2 years.
2 years left. Mahomes, I guess, was on a 5-year deal.
Yeah, but they both on 5-year deals. They both have those same 5-year deals when they come out.
Yeah. What the Chiefs did was basically they picked up that 5th-year option. That's why it's the 2 extra years.
You don't think Baltimore will? That's more of the question. Do you think Baltimore will pick up that option?
Yeah, I think they'll pick up the option. I just have a hard time believing that any other QB is going to get that type of contract.
I'm telling you.
Not so much as the money, like average per year, but the length.
Like I said, I think Lamar will because you got players like Ray Lewis in his ear, Ed Reed in his ear about the organization, how good they are and stuff like that. You feel that love and that camaraderie. You go to other cities and stuff like that. I don't think he would want to play for the Dolphins. They just got Tua, and I don't think they're going to let go of Tua after Tua plays well for them.
Depends. He stays healthy.
I think he will, to be honest with you. I seriously think he will. Because I think they're going to run Fitzpatrick till the wheels go off this year. I think Fitzpatrick's pretty much done after this year. To be honest, my guess is Tua doesn't even touch the field this year. Besides practice and shit like that, I don't think Tua touched.
That depends on how they do. If Ryan Fitzpatrick can hold them for the whole season, then sure. But eventually, if they're doing bad enough come week 6, let's just say they get into week 6 at 1-5.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be calling for Tua already.
I got that, but then you also have to just. I hear that as in fans, but at the same time, you got to understand. You got to play Tua for the long haul, not for now. It's not like they're going to fucking win the bowl or come out the AFC or even come out the AFC East.
You think they tank again?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do. Because you got to really understand, like, bro, they're not shooting for a quarterback no more. They got one. They're finna real life do the fucking Philadelphia 76ers approach. The 76ers tanked for like 3 fucking years. The Dolphins has been sorry. They were sorry the year before. They were sorry this past season. That's how they got Tua. And they're gonna be sorry next year coming up. Just to fucking goddamn solidify. The fucking Patriots just got Cam Newton on a 1-year deal. You see what I'm saying? The Patriots just got Cam. Who else is in that division?
At this point, I realized I'm just not a fan of Patriots. This whole time, I thought I just hated Tom Brady, but
Yeah, no, you just hate the Patriots. I realized
no,
that,
I still dislike Brady.
and you
But
still can't give me a valid reason why.
I respect the greatness.
Okay,
Just the path that he took to get there, has some asterisks in my mind. His comparisons to Joe Montana are I still think Joe Montana is the best quarterback ever. Why? Because he was 4-0, no losses, no interceptions, mainly blowouts. He had one comeback win, and the other three were blowouts.
yeah, but Brady didn't make comparison.
MVP for 3 of them. Jerry Rice was MVP for another. I think Joe Montana and then Tom Brady. Because if you're going to do it just based on championships, then why the hell isn't Otto Graham up there? You want to talk about championships and quarterbacks who did, crazy things. That dude won 12 NFL championships before the merger ever even existed.
It's the same reason why Bill Russell's not fucking at the top in the NBA.
I think he is, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, but do you hear when they're saying the greatest of all time, they're going straight to Jordan, straight to him. It's like, people, yeah, about it, but they're like, yeah, Bill Russell, he has 11 and all that. But it was a different NBA. Like, it was a different NFL. Like, it's the same excuse.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to, seeing Cam in a Patriots uniform, that's insane.
Yeah, but
He's going to keep the number 1, too. Damn. Bill Belichick must be planning up a storm right now.
I don't know, but I need a contract. Somebody needs to sign me. So I see it. I see what the fuck is going on.
I was putting your prediction all over Twitter, bro.
I'm telling you. What the
This dude even decided to challenge it. So I put it up there. I basically put everything that you said, like everything that we kind of agreed about. You said we both agreed like 10 years, like 7 to 10 years, somewhere along those lines. But you brought up 500, and I was like, yeah, no, like we both were like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Put that up. So this guy, he's gonna, at most, he'll get about 500 mil. Minimum, they'll give him 45. Minimum, they'll give him 45 a year. Well, the first waiver rumor started coming around. They were talking about 400 million. So this dude was trying to get on my ass. I was like, I'm making a prediction, first of all. And second of all, it's not even over yet. Just be patient. Second waiver, 450 came around. I was like, there's the minimum right there. I was like, there's the minimum 45 already predicted. Oh, not over yet. Boom, 500 million. The dude comes back. He's like, I guess you were right. I was like, but thinking about it, going, yeah, dude, baseball numbers were, even if it was around 300 to 400, that's still like baseball numbers. But he got up to 5. Like you said that confidently. Just I think he's gonna get 5. Like I really think they're gonna give him 5. He's gonna be a chief we knew he was gonna be a chief for the rest of his career. We knew that. It was just a matter of how much money they were gonna give him. 45, and then 45, we were like, yeah, 45. But then we were thinking about going, if those rumors were true with Dak, and he was looking for 45, then Mahomes is getting more than that. and then $550 million a year. At one point in some years of his contract, he's gonna be making 60 plus.
Telling you,
Just,
like if you can get people that are not fans of the Chiefs to watch the Super Bowl and then go to NFLshop.com and buy your jersey. I was hovering over by
uh-oh.
like this. Like I put my card information and everything. I get this jersey right now. And then I said, fuck him. It got me all the way to that point. Like I was like, and I said, fuck him. I backed up. This was before Brady. And I'm like, I'm not going to disrespect myself and my team by not getting a Brady. Well, Mike Evans first, because let go Joe. Mike Evans, I got to get a Brady. Got to get that. Then I'm going to go back and get Levante David. You know what I mean?
About Godwin.
Levante has done more for me. Chris Godwin has had a very productive year.
Pro Football Focus, they had Godwin as the highest ranked receiver out of everyone.
I feel you.
Mike Evans at number 8. I put on there, I'm like, great. Tom Brady has 2 of the top 10 ranked wide receivers according to Pro Football Focus.
And the only reason why Mike Evans is that low is because of his hamstring and his ankle this past season.
It's like, good Lord.
Yeah, because Mike Evans would have been a top 5 finish that year healthy.
The Bucks are going to be so
again. Yeah, I've been trying to say that.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I said if we get a fucking half-decent quarterback, then we'll be fucking amazing. And we got fucking Brady.
I was about to say, I was like, if we get a decent quarterback, you ended up getting the GOAT. What the hell? It's like, what is going on here?
It's refreshing.
Something doesn't feel fair about this.
Why not? Why does it not feel fair? Explain to me how does that not feel fair? I had 10 years of misery. 10 years.
For you, it's like, oh, yeah. But for everyone else, it's like, it's kind of like everyone had that feeling when KD went to the Warriors because they had all the weapons and you knew he was going to win a title there. Brady went, no receivers, 2 of the best receivers and 2 good tight ends with a decent running game. Bruce Arians is the head coach. I think I'm going to try and break Peyton Manning's 55 this year, so I'm going to go with the Bucks.
It's not the same. Firstly, it's not the same because
name-wise,
KD had the Warriors 3-1.
That L. That's what they took.
That's why I was saying, like, it's going to be a beautiful year. It's going to be a beautiful season.
I hope so.
I don't care if we even have to play like how the NBA's doing. Like, I'm with that. I just need Brady to go ahead and get this ring. Like, LeBron's about to get this ring now. Fuck it.
Old gray LeBron.
Yeah.
Grayed out
Cool.
LeBron.
I'm cool with that. I am so cool with that.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hell of a week of sports. I'm actually starting to have a thought that maybe we can, you know how we were doing Mondays and Fridays? Basically, we'll do one episode, but 2 parts. We'll do it like on a Monday or Tuesday or whatever to kind of keep up with updates then. And then updates now. Or try to figure something out. I don't know. But we want to keep everybody updated as much as possible. I mean, that's why you should be following the social medias. If you're not following the social medias, then, what are you doing? Just
yourself.
We can
King
sit
is
here and we can talk, we can give information, but the whole video concept we're gonna have to give you guys on a certain day. But if you follow the Instagram, you follow the Twitter, you'll know everything it is that we're possibly doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. Episode 21. Patrick Mahomes just got paid the hell out. This season's going to be interesting. Very interesting. And I wonder how long the Chiefs are going to be on top of the world. Interesting. Again, go to the social medias. You go to Twitter at the Jaffos AP, and then Tornado Growers Productions. It's at Alpha PvP. Country K for myself, JP. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next week. Follow us on social medias. Keep up to date with everything that's really going on, because there's a lot going on. Only so much we can tell you here. Follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram. We'll catch you guys later.
Peace.